Good morning to all. Can you all hear me? Can you also see the chat? Okay, great, perfect. Since yesterday we had some entries on a couple of pairs. Euro US dollar, of course, nothing happened here so far. Not even on the 4-hourly chart. We still have our weird looking 1, 2, 3. But actually the price is sitting between support and resistance, and ideally we want to break out of this area, right? On the USD CHF, yesterday what I did, it's showing a late entry. I didn't do it during the live session, I did it in a later session to demonstrate something here. I will explain. So what we have here is a 4-hourly 1, 2, 3. Okay, the entry was down here, correct? So far that's a 2 to 3 line break, and that's a candle closing below the 2 to 3 line. Now if you miss an entry like this and you want to take it, okay, first of all what you do is you measure the distance between support you have here and resistance. Remember, it's on the weekly chart. Yes, it's a downtrend, but all in all on a daily it looks like it's ranging a little bit, right? So we got the break and we only got one green candle here, but on the 4-hourly chart we had a 1, 2, 3. It's a steep one, but it is a 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if you get the entry correct here and you place your stop over 0.3 between here and here, it's a little bit too high, but okay, we can take this and change it. It's not a problem. Then you have a stop of about, let's say, 55 pips. If you measure the distance to support, it's about 100, more or less, twice the stop. Correct so far? Yes, no? Okay, so if you do this, you are following the rules. Now if you miss this trade and you say, oh man, I missed it, but I think it will go, let's take an entry down here, okay, on the second candle, for instance. It's not closed yet, but it's going down. You like, and you say, okay, look, the distance between here and here is another 30 pips. I don't mind, I'll take it anyway. If you do that, you have to do the measuring again. First of all, now you have a bigger stop. The stop is about 80, almost 90 pips, right? The target to support is only about 80, so one lot. Well, not even the first one, more or less, but no second target hit in this area. And that means that immediately you're risking much more than you would with the previous entry. Correct so far? So if somebody does that, and I receive a lot of emails, people doing this, the first thought should be, can I cover the targets? Is the stop small enough? In this case, it isn't. If you still want to take the trade like this, you have to make sure you risk also much less, half of it I would say, than just risking it with an entry here. Now there is if you miss out something like that and it's late and you don't like it anymore, or you're not sure about it, there are other ways to take the trade, okay? And that would be by switching to the lower time frame, which is the 1-hourly chart, and see if you might get something there. Now what do I mean? Switch to the 1-hourly and wait for another 4-hourly, another 1, 2, 3 on the 1-hourly chart. which would be, there's a spike here, oops, sorry. Something like that. This is in making right now. It might go up a little bit again or spiking around, as long as you have a 1, 2, 3 and 0.3 is lower than 0.1 and it looks good on the chart. You might even get the same entry you got with your 4-hourly chart down here. Okay, so that would mean that if the setup looks good, really, that you also have a smaller stop, about 40 pips, and then you are good with the targets again. Okay, now if the setup looks good, you put the stop over 0.3 and that's it. If the setup looks a little bit creepy, you could still take the trade. But if you're not sure about the stop, if you don't have enough history, or the line doesn't look good, or you have spikes all over the place, you could also place the stop over 0.3 on the 4-hourly chart. Okay, over here, if up here it doesn't look good enough, or you're scared, you might get stopped out because of spiking candles on the 1-hourly chart. Okay, so with other words, you would take an entry on the lower time frame because you missed the one on the 4-hourly chart, but you're placing the stop over 0.3 in the 4-hourly because it looks safer. Yeah, that is something you can also do if the 1-hourly stop does not look good. This way you cover more than one thing. First of all, you didn't enter late on the 4-hourly, you entered there on the 1-hourly after another confirmation, and you just place the stop a little bit higher because it might look weird on the 1-hourly. Now if it looks good, okay, you can draw your resistance lines like this. Say now there's enough resistance, the price fails in this area, then of course you take your stop and place it, come on, doesn't work with this line here, and place it over there. Okay, so far? Great, so that was an example. I did that yesterday as a reminder so I wouldn't forget. Let's continue. Cable, still as we said, if we don't have something below here, breaking support, or at least a bounce here so we can look for new trades using 1-hourly chart for instance, then we're not interested for now. USD yen broke yesterday, and what did we do yesterday? We're waiting for setups here, right? We said if it's bouncing, okay, we have shorts. If it's going back up and it stays there, or it makes a 1, 2, 3 over here, then we have to look for longs. The reason for the shorts, of course, the trend line break, kind of a wedge. We already got the break, but we didn't have the retracements. And because on the daily chart, the next support line is this, which comes also from the weekly. Of course, our target is down here, and that could be about 300 points. Did anybody take the short on this pair or another pair that we discussed yesterday? Jean, okay, well done. Now with an entry here, euro yen, okay, at a stop for about 80 pips, this went down 100, so one lot should be out already, and we might get another chance on the 4-hourly or even on the 1-hourly where the price is creating new 1, 2, 3s right now. So please watch out closely in case you haven't taken any trades. Yes, it's against the weekly main trend, but from the daily chart we still have room. Okay, we still have room, space to cover here for shorts. Now on, okay, we have other pairs as well, of course. Still waiting for this bounce. The Australian dollar, nothing happens here. Bounce or break, so it's down there. Not an area for us to look for trades. USD CAD trying to climb higher. No bounces or no breaks. We just leave it as it is. Same here. The Euro CHF, it's not really my favorite. It's raging on the weekly chart. I don't like it. The only setups we got was on the 4-hourly chart. That's about it. A stop of about 52 pips, 50 pips. Look, we had the 633 and the 200 EMA sitting exactly over this 0.3. Okay, so topping formation, daily chart, resistance, price broke. We have this range. Price bounced on the lows, retraced back, so that was the only thing we got. Went down about 50 pips, more or less. Yeah, so it's not the quickest pair, but that's the only entry we have. Euro yen, as you already mentioned, we said this yesterday, okay, depending on how far this will go up. So it did not stop here, so you can draw your trend line a little bit lower now. You have all the touches. Ignore the breaks, and then you can place your stop directly over the 200 EMA, of course, here or maybe over there. Still 80 to 100 pips. This went down 150. Now if you have your stop over the 200, you still have about, price has to move another 40-50 pips before it's reaching the second target, okay, below the low here. And right now, again, if you do the top down approach, it's a 1 and 2 3. That's sitting on the 12 EMA. On the daily chart, it broke the 36, and we got aggressive setups here before, but this is the only one below the 36 EMA and actually breaking support clearly. And now we have targets of over 300 points before it's reaching the support line. Of course, you can draw some horizontal lines if you like to. I'm sorry. Oh yeah. Okay. And you can draw, as I said again, the line. You have a lot of touches there. You can even do it like this. It doesn't matter because the price created a lower point on the chart. So it's okay to do it like this and ignore the spikes. You have all the touches. It looks good, and we might see something on the 1 hourly as well for that. This is the lowest point. I would draw the line here. Most touches. Then wait for this line to break for sure. Okay, it would be a later entry, but you also would have a smaller stop in case this breaks. Anybody else taking trades that we discussed yesterday? Only Jean? Now, GBP JPY, Edward Urian, okay. The same story here. Price stopped when we discussed. It was somewhere here, right? Like after, I don't know how many hours exactly, we got the 2 to 3 line break. And now what happened, because I had the swing long still on the GBP JPY. I got rid of those and took the trade on the GBP JPY. The Euro Yen looked better. but because I had longs there, I didn't want to hedge it up anymore, because of the already big retracement of over 500 points here. I just took the short. It's not 100% confirmed like it will really go, right? It just looks like it on the daily chart so far because of the break, and hopefully it goes down. And if it goes down, there is room of about 400-500, even 600 points if it wants to do that. Now in case it does not, then we have to manage the trade. The only thing I liked here is we have a lower angle, we have a lower high here on the chart, and a stop of about 130 pips. This went down about 170, 150. It might go down soon, hitting the low and then also hitting the second target of the short in GBP JPY. Okay. UPCHF, as I said, it's just too slow. I'm not looking right now. It's still, yes, long, but not doing anything. And the Euro Australian dollar, we got this 4 hourly 123 yesterday, and I also had a question at some point regarding this. Yeah, as long as this is pointing up, you can only look for longs. But just by looking on the weekly chart, you see how powerful it is. The thing is, it's moving away from the support line on the weekly. It's also moving away from the support line on the daily. Yeah, when you connect your 4 touches, price is there about 200 points away, then a steep angle. I don't like it when the angle is too steep and the price is already far away from support and did already we already had many setups. So ideally I always want the price to come back first to the 36 before look for new entries, right? So in this case we didn't have the chance for bigger retracement. If somebody wants to take these trades, I would suggest you do it with a filter using the 5-minute chart as an intraday entry, and then leave the last lot and turn it into a swing trade if it really wants to go. Gold, as we said, support, resistance, and if that's not breaking the line, then I'm not interested. Sorry, Jan, what are you saying? Still in GBP CHF, slow and higher time frame is going in different direction. In that case, is it worth waiting, or is it better to close and look for other volatile pairs? You are talking about the GBP CHF. Okay, again, remember when we looked at this pair on the weekly chart, we have an uptrend, yes, but it also has a lot of spikes all over the place, and it's retracing a lot every time it does retrace. So if you have something like that on the bounce or close to the bounce on your support line, you want to look for entries. You don't want to start looking up here. When you see on the weekly chart, you get big retracements and sometimes 100% retracement, 500 up, 500 down, right? Okay. Then on the daily, you got a 1, 2, 3 again, a daily 1, 2, 3, which is totally okay, no problem. You have a high, but it is late. It is not close to support. The setups appeared late, okay, from the main support line. And then taking it here, okay, what is the stop of 190 pips? Maybe one lot out. Right now, it's not telling you that. Did you take this on the daily chart? First of all, okay, daily 1, 2, 3, so probably an entry here, right? That means the stop should be below here somewhere. Okay, 160 pips, and then it retraced. It came back all the way back where you started, right? You're still protected, stop at the right place, and now it's more or less break even, right? It's like a little bit losing here. So now your decision should, your thoughts should concentrate on what will happen next, because you already know that the main support line is down here, and you know that the price likes to retrace a lot, but the main trend is still up. So of course, yes, it could go down, hit the line, and then go back up. So you watch closely on the 4-hourly chart. You have the price now sitting on the 200 EMA. You already got a 4-hourly short 1, 2, 3. But what you actually have here is a range, right? You don't have a trend. You have crossovers, 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 and now it's trying to do something. So the stop is still at the correct place. And looking at this on the 4-hourly chart, the 200 for a while here at least is holding for good here and there and there. Now this is exactly where the price is now, and if it still holds, okay, and spiking around, you can stay in. Of course, it might go back up. If it doesn't, if you see it's breaking, you can even switch to the 1-hourly and see what happens there. Now you get yourself a 1-hourly 1, 2, 3. If that really goes lower, and it also wants to create a lower point on the chart, then you don't have to wait to get stopped out here. You can take the trades out there and save yourself another 100 pips. Okay, that is something you could do if you want to manage it early. Or you just leave it as it is and wait and don't worry too much. You made 160 pips. If you get stopped out, it's a small loss. It's not huge, right? That's what I would do. Watch, see what happens on the lower time frame. Then you can still manage this. And you just look at it, Natalie, right? You just look at it. If the trend is if you see its price is going up 300 pips, it comes down 300 pips. It goes up 400 pips, it comes down 400 pips. You actually, the price is sitting where we're sitting, I don't know, almost a month ago. So the trend is not very strong, is it? It's not that you get higher highs all the time. So in this time here, in a month, this moved 0 pips by now. If you compare that to, for instance, GBP CAD, since, what was it? January, we check the daily chart, 9, this one moved 700 pips. So this trend is very strong compared to this trend, which is not very strong. Okay? Yeah, very easy. If you don't get higher highs, if the price is not really creating new highs and it sticks to that rule of really trending, going somewhere, then you don't have a strong trend. You have a range in the trend here. That's what you have. Okay, this pair looks different, right? It's still going up. Yes, it has trouble here, resistance, support, but it doesn't look right now like it wants to go down. It might go down, might hit this area and go up again. So if we don't get a clear setup like this, we are not interested. But if we get it, if we get this, then we go short for sure, because on the daily chart, the 36 is from right now 600 pips away from support. So it's definitely worth it to take shorts if we get them, even against the main trend. And you look at the 4 hourly. Keep this on your list, please. And these are the pairs that I have on my watch list. CHF yen, it's still in this range. Look on the 4 hourly chart, it's not going anywhere, so we don't touch it. Yeah, so now we have to manage our trades, or we have to look for new trades soon, new setups like on GBP CAD, or maybe new opportunities on the euro. Now the USD CHF moves up, as you can see. Now if it does not confirming another 1 2 3 is short here, then the 1 hourly chart scenario is out. Maybe you get another 4 hourly opportunity. Same on USD yen, we have more space here for 1 hourly. Maybe the 1 hourly on the euro yen, maybe you get another chance, maybe not. Maybe that will break the 2 to 3 line, and then you have another short on the 1 hourly chart. But you have to watch closely. GBP JPY hopefully going lower. So these are the pairs that are moving, and we have some action here. That's why we need also to start trading on those pairs. Okay, any other pairs you're watching? Anything you're watching on your, do you have something on your watch list? Different pair, maybe something we didn't cover yet. Okay, don't worry, it's okay. There are many pairs, but okay, mainly these are moving right now, so no reason to look for something else. Yeah, that's actually it. So we also have the next course in about 20 minutes. We're going to talk about, you know, M16 candles there, and look for setups there as well. More swing trading, of course, like we do here with our main and classic setups. See where we are on those charts. Okay, then I'll leave you to your thoughts. If you did not take any trades here, make sure you wait for your 1 hourly setups. Yeah, and if you get them, take action, trade, and also watch closely GBP CAD, because it might break up, but if not and it's breaking down, we might get some good setups here, and it's worth trying it out. Okay, great. So have a wonderful weekend also, and I'll see you in about like 15 minutes, just preparing the charts in the other room. Okay, see you, bye.